But I don't know, maybe it is a hallucination, but I have seen things. But anyways, so then we kept on playing. But anyways, back to the other story. When we went in, when we got chased, we ran into Kylie's house. When we got to Kylie's house, we went through her back door because that's where the woods was facing. It was the closest entrance. When we got into her house, we waited in the kitchen. The kitchen's right next to the back door. And there's also a window right next to it, to the door. So we looked out that window and we saw the guy. He was right by Ryan's garage, like where we kind of were around there, but he was much closer. He was at like a corner of the garage, much closer to us. I looked and I was like, any details I can describe? And we kept on yelling, are we going to call the police? Are we going to call the police? And we're like, no, because it just may be a guy that was out there exploring, trying to tell us to, like, warn us or something. But that guy was looking for us. He was looking right, left. I was like, okay, then fine. We have to stay here. I don't want to call the cops because there's always a chance. But, yeah, sure. We looked and all we saw was black. We could see little shining on his nose and his arms. So it looked like he was kind of in like a glowing black suit. Because like when you're in black, it will shine.
Like
a heat trap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we saw him, there was light glowing off him, and I was like, okay, any details? All I saw was the shine. I didn't see any, bless you, I didn't see any details at all. I was like, okay, fine. And we waited like 10 minutes, and then he got out. And he went away, and we're like, okay, we gotta wrap that video up, we're done. Bless you. And all these other times we, like, for the past next year and those months, we've seen him. We haven't been chased by him, but we have seen him moving. We even saw him hiding in a sewer. Disgusting, I know, right? Ryan thought of Pennywise, so we called him Penny.
Penny?
Yeah.
Why not it?
Well, because that's like, I don't know, it's just like dumb to call, hey, it, where are you? So we called him Penny. And then Kylie thought of, let's call him Chicken. And I was like, okay, fine, get killed, okay, I'm out of here. I started walking away saying, they're crazy. And I was like, okay. And then I heard Ryan them yell, chicken, penny chicken. And I was like, okay, whatever, for idiots. They're probably not even going to find him. And then 2 seconds, like a minute or two later, maybe 5, I heard them say, do you see that? And I was like, what? What's that sound? And I was like, well, I don't hear anything, because I was, like, way too far away from them. I wasn't even in the woods. I was by Ryan's garage. I ran up in there, and I was like, yeah, guys, what do you want? What do you guys see? And they said, well, do you see that moving? And I was like, what? And Ryan said, oh, it's gone. But and he showed me what it was. He was like, there was something here, and it moved over here into, like, a one entrance to the sewer. And I was like, wait, what? And I looked at him and I was like, you're crazy. I don't see none. And we're like, bro, just go check out the sewer. And I was like, fine, let's go look. And I looked and I was like, I don't see none. What are you talking about? Tell me right now if you see anything. And I was like, okay, fine. And I was looking and I was looking and I was looking. I was like, I don't see nothing, man. And then I was like, screw it. I'm done. Because I was scared of sewers. I was actually scared of clowns. I am scared of clowns still. So I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm getting too scared. We should probably go. And then I started, like, saying things, like, faking things, like saying, do you guys hear that? I think I hear someone going out of the woods into the alley so we could leave, because I was getting scared. And I knew we were going to probably get very, very close contact with him. And I was like, oh, I'm so scared.
What's she doing with your camera there?
I'm having it right here. But anyways.
Why are you showing me?
But anyways, so we didn't see anything, but we did see eyes. We saw we saw brown eyes. It was very faint, but we saw brown eyes. So I'm pretty sure we made out that the kidnapper has brown eyes. And we were thinking of all of our friends that has brown eyes, and we're like, and we also found out that the kidnapper is very tall. He seems a bit overweight. So I was like, okay, so who's tall and who has brown eyes and who's overweight? I was like, Anthony,
You.
and I'm not that tall,
I mean,
and I
you're
don't have
so
brown
tall.
eyes. And how would I know if the kidnapper is there if I'm the kidnapper? Exactly. So, hi, Pauline, what are you doing? But anyways, and also I don't have brown eyes. So, we're like, okay, who has brown eyes? And we named all the people that have brown eyes. Who's tall? They named me, and I'm like, are you serious? Whatever.
How would he have been there? What is that? No. What is that? Rock.
And that's not a he, it's a she.
Pumpkin.
It's a she.
I said, what is that?
I know, but he said, what does he have?
I said what she has.
I heard a he. And whatever.
Well, you're deaf.
Back to the thing. Anyways, but what was I on to? Oh yeah, they did say that they saw when we were chased, we saw that the guy was tall. When we went in the sewer, we saw brown eyes, so brown, tall. And when we also saw the guy when he was tall, we saw him, he was a bit overweight. You didn't see it coming out from the side of his body. You would just see it like going over him. So we're like, okay, who's tall, who has brown eyes? Because we're like, well, overweight people isn't a lot, so we, and we're like, okay, who has tall brown eyes? And who's tall and who has brown eyes? And we're like, hey, Anthony has brown eyes. Anthony's pretty tall.
Yo, hold up, pause it real quick. No, not that, not that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna end this here because like he's just kind of telling me the story, so.
Well, you guys can hear the video, and if you want to hear the video, you can watch on my channel.
Yeah. And like and subscribe for Maxaroni, Tyler Balls, and Danny Banana.
Yeah.
See ya.
And pepperoni.
And pumpkin. Bye.
Anyways, guys, so he ended his videos and he's gonna upload them, and I'm gonna tell him the videos as he uploads them. Tell him the stories
How
of
many
it.
parts did I do?
3.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because you said my phone turned off, and I was like, bro, just do it again. And oh my god, it was really windy out. But anyways, then he said right now, he was talking about I'm sorry, guys. Are you guys okay? I dropped you guys. Kidnapper evidence / collab with Danny Banana and Maxaroni.
Part 3.
Yeah, part 3. And then do that exact same thing, but part 2. Then part 1. Actually, no, do not do part 1. Just do the actual title, like, Kidnapper evidence / collab with Danny Banana and Maxaroni. And then part 2, you do part 2. Anyways, so the next story, and that part of the story when we were back there, we're like, is it Anthony? And sometimes we would see Anthony in all black, like black pants, black jacket, and black shoes. And we would see him like sometimes with a black or white hat, and we're like, okay, is it Anthony? And we have seen the kidnapper, Anthony was with us, but it didn't look the exact same as the kidnapper that we used to see. So we are thinking that there's that Anthony may actually be the kidnapper still. We didn't tell him what we saw, but we did know. Then, yeah.
Wait, kidnapper evidence. What is it called? I keep forgetting.
What?
Kidnapper
That's not how you spell evidence. EVIDENCE. Anyways, EVID ENCE. Anyways, that's what we were saying. So we're like, okay, Anthony, who is that? That is not the exact same kidnapper we saw last time. And he's like, well, it's not me. And then like an hour later, he said, hey guys, I have to go in. And when he went in, we saw him in the back alley playing with Johnny. And he said, bro, I'm back. And he walked to us and said, guys, you know that's fake, right? And he talked about us, like, trying to persuade us, saying, hey guys, this is all fake. Why are you doing this? This is just dumb. It's not real. And I'm like, hey, what if he's trying to persuade us to know that he's not real, but he really is? So we're like, hey, screw this. We're still going to do this. It is real. We've seen it before. So we kept on going. And then later, we're like, hey, we found more evidence. More and more evidence. We kept on stacking and stacking. And we're like, hey, that's great. That's good stuff. We need more evidence. Evidence is great. So we're like, hey, I think it's Anthony. But then we did see the exact same kidnapper. We did see, I guess the last one we saw was just him, but he didn't look the same because he was probably like behind a tree or something. But like, hey, wait, that's the same kidnapper. Anthony's playing basketball right now. It's not him. Okay. We were done. And we're like, okay, that's great. So we know it's not Anthony. Sorry, Anthony. We apologize. And then we started thinking that one of the neighbors was the kidnapper. But then we're like, no, it's not him. And we all were like, yeah, it isn't. And I was like, hey, we should go say sorry, cause they're all like, no, it's gonna be embarrassing. I was like, screw it. I ran up to him and said, hey, I'm sorry, but we thought that you were like I didn't know what to say. I was like, murderer, thinking that would sound better, but I said, murderer in the woods, but you're not, so sorry. And he looked at me like, okay, bye, thank you. And I was like, bye. We ran back through the yard into the woods, and I was like, I'm an idiot, I didn't even know what to say. I thought saying murder would have been better, and they're all like, shut up. Let's go back in the woods. Let's find something. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I was confused. I was getting dumb. I feel like I was dumb at that moment. And it was fine. Let's go look. And I looked, and we didn't find any evidence. I was like, okay, guys, bye. This is like kidnapper evidence.
What should I put as a description?
But I found out that I wasn't recording halfway, so I was like, 2-minute video. So I was like, oh, darn it. Screw it. It's not a video. And now I'm telling you guys now, so now you guys get to know. And we're like, okay, let's just keep on continuing these things. And I kept on continuing it for a very long time. I was like, okay, done. And I couldn't find any more evidence for like another week or two. And I was like, whatever. So then I stopped. And we just started doing other videos, like challenges. And yeah. And it was like, hey, that's pretty fun. And that's how we found out about the kidnapper. And now you want to hear about high schoolers, right?
But yeah.
Okay. So this one isn't as long, but one night, it was like around 6, maybe 5 p.m. It was like summer, so we could stay out as long as we want. I think it may have been the weekend. Not sure what day it is. We were outside of the court. We saw like high schoolers. We thought they were high schoolers, but we said they were high schoolers, and they were down at the court playing basketball. I, at that point, was like a good little angel. I didn't want to do nothing, but I did do some crazy things. But at that moment, I was like, I'm going to be a good kid right now, my brain said. I don't know. But, they thought of an idea, a lot like, 3, maybe 4 of my friends, Anthony, Johnny, Ryan, and I'm pretty sure maybe someone else, thought of, hey, how about we yell, high schoolers, you suck. Like yelling, you suck, to high schoolers down there, and they did. I didn't, because I was like, I'm scared, and they're probably not even going to come for us anyways, or they're going to tell my parents that I did it, so I was like, let's not do it. No, me and Ryan tried to persuade them, but when they did it, Ryan, for some reason, dumb reason, joined, and when they did it, we just started sitting there and saying, anything happened? And Johnny said, yo, they're running towards us. And I'm like, no, they're not. And I got up from where I was sitting in the grass, and I looked, and I was like, holy crap, they are coming. They were down at the dugouts right at that moment. And then they came. And when all my friends were up the hill and running through my backyard, they were already at the top of the hill. Like, when we got to the top of the hill, like right over there, because it is a steep hill, so it's hard for us to get up. And when we got to the top, they were already at the pool, and at the beginning of the court. They're like in between there, the rocky paths. So when we got there, like, what are you doing? Hi, Pony. Anyways, by the time we got into my yard, they were already like basically at the top of the hill. And when I closed my gate, they were so close. We ran from my yard. I closed the gate, and we ran to Ryan's house. We saw a couple may have gotten to us. Oh my God, it is so hot out with heat waves.
I know.
Like, seriously, look at my camera right now. Here. Look. If you look at it, look at the heat waves.
Oh my God. That's
It's not there. Here, heat waves. Anyways, but then when we got to his house, I started recording. we talked about, and Ryan said the calculations were 0.01% of us living or getting out of this, and I was like, bro, your calculations suck. And he's like, well, if there was 7 high schoolers, and there's 5 of us, 7 divided by 5 equals 2. 2 times 10, which is what our radius is 20, divided by 7 again, which would be 14. I mean 2 are 6. And I was like, and then he divided that by one as a number, and it was like 0.27 is what it said. I was like, bro, how am I supposed to believe this now? Our chance of getting out. 7 high schoolers. Their speed is really fast because they got to us really quickly. So, and us being kind of slow because it took us a long time to get up that steep hill, we're probably screwed is what I would say. And like, our chance of getting out is probably a good 5, maybe 6. So, and we're all like, yeah, it's a pretty good percentage. And okay, good. So